What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So I figured I'd do a video on this because this is just bugging the shit out of me. It pisses me off. I've been looking forward to this, like the reveal of all the matches and everything, and I've been kind of putting it all together in my mind and everything. And I mean, it just pisses me off. They released a match list for Triplemania, which takes place August 3rd of this year. It's such disappointment, man. Like, they just let me down so hard. It pisses me off that they missed the mark so badly. Like, how can you make such a bad card? Like, this is the worst card in Triplemania history. Like, this is the biggest pay-per-view of the year for them, and they screwed it up this bad. Like, I'll go by match by match and why I feel this way. So you have the main event, the headlining match, which is Blue Demon Jr. versus Dr. Wagner Jr. This is going to be the matchup of the night. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be back and forth, but it's just too predictable. The predictability of this matchup is just way too predictable. Like, you know Dr. Wagner Jr. is going to lose. You know, ever since this matchup was even thought of, he started growing his hair out with the purpose of Blue Demon chopping it off and him being all sad about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's so sad and just so disappointed. Of course he's going to go bald after this, but you know Blue Demon Jr. is going to lose this matchup. He never loses a hair versus mask match, mask versus match. It's in the guy's contract, for crying out loud, that he's never going to lose one. Like, this is just so predictable. It's going to be good back and forth, but it's just, the end is just too predictable, and it takes you out of the matchup. The next matchup is the Lucha Brothers, which consists of Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, teaming up with Laredo Kid to have a matchup against the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega in a AEW versus AAA matchup. This is not good. This is a horrible matchup. We get it. The Young Bucks like to go against the Lucha Brothers. We've seen it already. Enough already. This will be the fourth time that we've seen this matchup. We don't need to see this matchup anymore. I mean, we get it. They're both vying to be the greatest tag teams in the world. And to have, like, just do something different. You know, take Phoenix out of that matchup. He should be defending the World Heavyweight title at Triplemania anyway. Phoenix is currently the AAA Mega World Heavyweight Champion. He should be defending his AAA Mega World Heavyweight title in this one. Have him defended against somebody like, you know, Taurus even, or Laredo Kid, or somebody like that. Like, take him out and put him in a singles competition so he could at least do something different and defend that title. We haven't seen a title defense from him since singles competition in such a long time. Like, let's be serious here. And Laredo Kid as well. You're tying up two championships for a match that's going to be subpar. Laredo Kid is currently the part of the six-man trios tag team champions. He is, of course, the cruiserweight champion. You're missing it out. He could be at least defending his cruiserweight title against, like Sammy Guevara, giving him a rematch for his title. Like, that would be such a better matchup than this. I think they definitely took two good matchups, like, you know, Phoenix defending his title, Laredo Kid defending his title, and they put one matchup that just seems like we've seen it a million times. Like, you know, it's not going to be that good. And then, of course, the next matchup is just really, really bad, in the sense that you have Psycho Clown teaming up with Cody Rhodes, teaming up with Cain Velasquez to take on Texano Jr., Taurus, and a surprise luchador. This is such a bad idea. The whole point of Cain Velasquez going into AAA was because he made some remarks about Lucha Libre being fake, and then he was challenged to a fight by La Park. He was challenged to a fight by Texano, and he was challenged to a fight by Vito Pentagon. So all these luchadors started challenging him to a fight and said, hey, you know, if you think it's so fake, come into the ring and I'll show you how fake it is. And all of a sudden they take that opportunity to have a really good matchup with Cain Velasquez versus Texano Jr. They say, hey, no, screw that. Put him in a team matchup. Make him sit on the sidelines and not do much all night, where the other guys battle it out, because you know that's what's going to happen. Cain Velasquez is going to spend 95% of the matchup sitting at ringside, waiting to be tagged. He's going to get tagged in. He's going to do a big blow. They're going to win the match. Yay, yay, yay. They should at least have Cain Velasquez going against Texano Jr. one-on-one. You know, Texano teach him how real it is. They could have had such a great matchup with that. They could have built it up so much better. You know, luchador versus MMA fighter, former luchador mega heavyweight champion versus former UFC heavyweight champion. It would have been such a better card, it would have been such a better build-up, but instead they ruined it by putting him in, a team matchup. Like, that's such a bad idea. And of course they missed the mark as well by doing the mixed gender tag team matchup. Nino, of course, Hamburger and Big Mammy versus Sammy Guevara and Scarlett, which is actually a good team. Lady Mortavella and Velado 3 Jr. Also versus Australian Suicide and Vanilla. They missed the mark on this one because they would have had such a good matchup if they did teammate versus teammate, Nino versus Big Mammy. That would have been such a good matchup because they've been feuding all year. Big Mammy's been pissed off at Nino, Nino's been pissed off at Big Mammy. They've been really going back and forth, calling each other out, that whole thing. They missed the mark on that, and they could have had such a good singles matchup, those two. They could have, of course I know the point of this matchup is for them to lose the titles and then go on to feud, but it would have been such a good idea to have teammate versus teammate, Big Mammy versus Nino, hey, I'm going to teach you a lesson. It would have been such a good matchup. Like, they missed the mark big time, like totally missed the mark on that one. Also, they're teaming up Son of Viking, Mistech Jr. at Golden Magic. They're teaming them up, and they're not the trio tag team champions. 2 out of the 3 are, but instead of putting Laredo Kid into this retarded matchup with Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, they could at least taken him out and put Golden Magic in that matchup instead, if you insist on having that dumb matchup, because you're putting the guy who's rightfully a trios champion, you're taking him out of his own team to put him in a BS team that you just threw together. Like, they missed the mark big time, as well as the women's matchup, which is for the women's title. You have Lady Shani, Taya, Tessa Blanchard, Fabi Apache, Kira Chick, and Lady Hydra. They're all versus each other. That's going to be a decent matchup, but again, you missed the mark. You should have let Lady Shani go into this matchup as champion and defend it against Taya. Now, Taya would have been such a good matchup. They built that up since December that, hey, these two are possibly going to finally, they're possible, not finally, but they're possibly going to meet each other in the ring once again. They're possibly going to go for a title fight against each other, yada, yada, yada. 2 biggest names in Lucha Libre female history, Lady Shani and Taya. Why would you not, put that in singles competition? You have so many of these, fatal 4-ways, tag team, fatal 5-ways when it comes to women's championships and women's matches. Why don't you just do the singles thing again and just have it title versus career or something like that? Like, instead, you missed the mark by that big time. And, I don't know, and same with also this matchup for the Copa Triplemania. You have La Parca, Pagano, Puma King, Aerostar, Drago. Drago's not defending his title. You have Drago, who's the Latin American champion in AAA. Why is he not defending his title? He's the biggest jobber ever. He shouldn't even be holding the title, but yet you also have him. Aerostar versus Drago would have been such a good matchup for this. Partners turned enemies, friends turned enemies. Aerostar's getting a huge push in Triplemania or AAA. Drago's, one of the top guys. Why would you miss that? Like, why are you missing, all these title matches? Why is there no title matches in this? Like, it's so bad. Like, you're missing all the title matches. You're missing all the great storylines that you've been fighting for all year. And you're just lumping everything together. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do matches that we've already seen? I don't want to see them again. Why would you not put something out there different? Why would you not put Phoenix, who hasn't defended his title in such a long time, actually defend his title? Why would you not have Laredo Kid, who's such a good champion, actually display his abilities and, defend his title? Like, it's such a bad card. It's really horrible. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and over much, and I'll check you in the next one.